get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me fucked up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I don't fucking take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heating up inside of me, blood so violently. Thanks for trying me. Now it's finally time to see how this rivalry becomes a dynasty. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll put it on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you go wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Let's go. I'm about to go off like a weapon. Fuel to the top, got a filled up engine. In my thoughts, obsession. I will not stop, no, I'm never second guessing. I got a God complex. Haters love to hate, but I never feel pressed.
Lori, do you love Chad?
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I love you, babe. Hi, Nola. Do you want to go to Papa's? Do you want to go to Papa's house? Papa's? Papa's. Papa's house. Oops. Papa's. Okay.
That was awesome. How cute.
No, look at sweet Nella girl go. Yes, she knows who Papa is.
Yes, her do.
This was yesterday. Okay, no, it's funny. She heard me say that. She thought I was talking right now and looked at me and went, "Oh."
Oh.
That's because he showed himself too. Damn him. Hi, Papa. How you doing? We're back. We
She
are
knows
back.
Papa's apartment, though.
Oh, yes, she does.
She run right to his door, say, "Let me in, let me in."
Ain't that funny?
Hello, Papa.
said, Papa.
I'm being growled at right now because someone wants a little snacky treat. A little bacon treat.
Oh,
He's
yes.
standing by the pantry right now in the other room going, arr.
Uh-oh.
I know,
Oh,
I
this
better
is
move my ass.
better. Or else. Where's Amanda? I thought I seen Amanda in here.
Amanda
there
is
she
in
is.
here.
Okay, there's her other comment. Well, wait a
Yeah.
minute. She was here, but she left.
Huh?
No, she shows us in here. There's 3, me and Amanda and one other person.
Amanda, do you know who's going to be on the stand next by any chance? Oh, that's funny.
Can you hear him?
Yes.
What you want? What you want?
Oh.
What you want?
He wants it now.
You need a treat?
Cute.
You could get him a treat. We got to go get him a treat. All right. Hi, Amanda.
Oh, there we go. There's a little block.
Sorry.
There we go. I just put my video on public of Nala. Sweet little girl, Nala.
I should hope not, Amanda. Do you know who's going to be on the stand today, Amanda?
By any chance?
I can't remember who we left off with.
I guess the detective was on.
It was like one of the I don't know if it was police or medical examiner lady who was talking about the lividity on Tammy's body yesterday. Right? Is that where we left off? We're still on her? Okay.
Detective is still not the detective.
The female
Oh.
lady.
No, this is a guy. It's a different one.
Oh, okay.
I guess him and Johnny Boy are going back and forth. So the judge is not happy, huh? With Johnny Boy?
Look, Amanda says, no, you guys are so far behind. Well, yeah, I was waiting for Kit.
Yeah, and I just haven't been in the mood for this because it's too fucking boring. It's too boring. I mean, it's a sad situation, but I don't know what it is about this trial. It's like, oh my God. Spit it out of your mouth. Get your evidence together. This should have been done 4 years ago. Right?
You know, that's what's getting me is the lack of preparedness with all of the exhibits.
Yes.
You know, to show them to, I understand that putting them to the court is one thing, but then bringing them to the jury is another. So you have to have them in a proper order to present them to the jury so that it paints the picture in, you know, the proper way. So I understand that, but didn't they have plenty of time? I don't understand.
Oh, 4 years. I mean, look at, they already did Lori. Come on. How hard can this be now?
Right. It was already laid out for that case.
Right. Well, and look at, you got that poor Marshall that's getting his steps in, has to show the evidence 5 different people. It's the strangest thing I've ever seen.
I don't know. It's crazy.
It really is. Tons of time. Yes.
Oh.
About the guns. Oh, that's right. You were saying something.
Well, I know that they had lots of guns.
The paintball gun.
Yeah, but guns too.
That can hurt.
Paintball guns will bruise you. My kids used to do that. My older boy, he used to go play paintballs with his friends, and he would come home, and I would be horrified. He would have big blue and red bruises from where those paintballs smacked him in the ribs or something.
They would have to hurt, I think.
Oh, they do. The gun they think was aimed at Tammy was found at Alex Cox's house. Yeah, well, we know that he was the one that was taking pot shots at her.
It was found at Alex's house. They got evidence of that?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be interesting to hear about.
Well, he was taking shots at her before she actually.
He was in a mask and everything. It was a
Yeah.
mask. All in
Yeah.
black. What the fuck? Oops, sorry guys. What the hell? What made these people believe Chad and to do this? And remember, I should find that clip when they said, "Oh, her mom and sister." Oh, people are saying that he's the hitman for the family. Haha, he wouldn't hurt a fly. Excuse me.
Who, Alex?
Yeah,
He
yeah,
killed Charles.
I know.
And it
And
was a
the
big fat ass lie, too.
right.
When he told the cops a fat ass lie.
Oh, he hit me in the head. Yeah, so you shot him twice in the heart. Come on.
Yeah, but the second shot, it was
You
the first shot was straight across into the heart, and the second one was when he was laying down, came from his gut,
Oh yes,
through his
that's
gut and
right.
up through his shoulder blade. He was laying
That's
down
right.
when that one went through him. He was already down. He was making sure he would bleed out. Sickening. Sickening.
Well, yeah. Didn't they wait like a half an hour? They assume that before he called 911.
Now, do you guys know whether or not when Alex passed, did they do an autopsy on Alex?
I
don't know for sure.
Let me think. We did on Joe Ryan. I'm not sure, but they're thinking it's. I don't remember. I think that he did something to himself because of that insulin. That's what I think. Overdosed on that. Allegedly.
I thought that they said that he had some kind of a heart attack or something.
Yeah, something with his heart, but I don't know. I'm just guessing, Grandma. I'm just throwing shit out there,
Okay, I was just wondering if you knew for a fact, because I don't know for a fact. They had said that he had died from a heart attack, but then they said that about everybody, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
And it's such crap. There wasn't, and he was cremated as soon as possible. Okay, that's what I thought too, because I think that they did something to him to cause his heart attack. My opinion, not based on fact.
Okay, but don't they keep stuff for stuff to be tested, like tissues and stuff like that?
Well, if there's an autopsy, but I would think that they would still take little biopsy kind of pieces, from just a little bit. You would think that they would,
Right.
but that's if there is reason to believe that an autopsy is necessary, then the medical examiner can say, even if the family doesn't want to, can say it needs to be done. They can override what the family wants.
Well, let me tell you something. If the Gilbert Police Department would have listened to Charles, okay, and about what he's saying about she's going to kill me and this and that,
yeah,
and then believing it was self-defense, JJ and Tylee might be here, and Tammy.
I know, right?
Yep.
And maybe even Alex, because he wouldn't have, killed Charles. He would still maybe be here too.
Isn't that crazy?
It's sick. It's such a twisted story. These people are really messed up. How people believed their little fantasy too and fell into their little spin-off of their religion, because that is not LDS, doctrine. That what they're spewing out is not in line with typical beliefs of LDS church.
Okay, this is what I want to say, and people don't judge me.
Okay.
Why is it all the cult stuff we hear about has to do with starting with the LDS faith?
There's a lot of offshoots of the LDS faith, like the fundamentalist offshoots. Okay, like basically they believe in the fundamental principles of the religion, but they have their own little thing past that. And I have friends who are LDS, so I mean I can ask them anything, which I've done in the past, and say I don't understand this. Tell me. what is your belief? And they don't have any problem doing that. So if you do have questions, I can write them down and ask my friends what they think.
Okay.
But there's a lot of offshoots, like historically speaking. I know that like the polygamy thing, you know how they believed in polygamy back in the past in that church. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there was a reason why, is because when Brigham Young and all these people were going across the country, you know, basically they're going across the frontiers or whatever, they're setting up life in the crazy West. A lot of them were killed. A lot of the men were killed. So then it left all these women and children with no head of the household. And that's a very male dominant religion, you know, father being the head of the household. So it came about, as I understand it, it came about that these other men would take other wives and children under their care so that they would be the head of a larger family. Everybody got the leadership that they believed in, that they need in a family. Do you see what I'm saying? So that's how that began. And then once, you know, population started to grow within their church, then it was like they said, okay, we're going to follow the law of the land now, and we're not going to be doing that polygamy thing anymore. But then there was always offshoots that decided to keep that going because it was obviously beneficial to a man in a certain way.
Right.
That's what I understood it to be, like in the historical sense, how it began and why.
What does she say here? I don't know. If I think of anything, I'll relay it to you, because at first I did judge that religion, right?
Yeah.
And then the more I researched, I'm like, okay, this is not the church doing. It's this prep. What are they called? Preppers.
Yeah, a lot of the, well, they're all preppers in a sense. I mean, the Mormon churches, all the people are preppers in a sense. They are supposed to prepare 5 years. They are supposed to store 5 years worth of food and everything for the family, and then they're supposed to rotate those out. So, like, I know many Mormon families, and they have, like, you know, wheat and things like that that they use in their cooking, and they just rotate those out so that they always have 5 years, you know, in storage in case of, you know, apocalyptic kind of situation.
That's weird to me. Yeah. But hey, they got food.
They
Right?
want to guarantee that they are going to survive whatever earthly cataclysms there are.
That seems to me that'd be too much to worry about. Oh my god.
You know, I just figure for myself, I don't have 5 years worth of stuff, but I have a sizable amount of things in storage in case we had to get locked down for some time, and we could survive for quite a while, more than most people.
I'm sure that helped during COVID, though, huh?
Well, and see, that's the thing. That's when we got chickens and we have our own eggs, and we'll always have fresh food. And, you know, as long as I can still feed the chickens, we're good, right?
Right.
Right.
I thought they were supposed to be back at 1:00 their time.
1:00. Well, yeah, then they're 13 minutes late.
They're always late.
Yeah.
Nothing surprises me anymore.
Well, I think it takes them 15 minutes to get in the damn door, I think, too.
Could you imagine me in the courtroom?
You in the courtroom?
Yeah.
You'd get thrown out. You'd get contempt of court.
I would.
Oh, look, here we go.
Oh,
The officer's report, exhibit number 14. We're just going through the same as we did previously.
Okay, thank you. Exhibit 14 is
Your Honor.
being published to the jurors. That's okay.
oh. Sorry. What's this?
So officer, again, in your report, you noted that these were relevant to your investigation. They're emails from Tammy's email account from someone named Julie Rowe. Is that right?
Yes,
And it looks like the emails are to Tammy. And it says something about support springcreekbooks.com, March 12th, 2019. Do you see that?
yes.
Okay, so if you would be so kind as to just read from Chad down to Julie for me.
Chad, I met with the state president last night, and he has requested we stop publishing all my books. I told him I do not have the rights to the books and that my publisher has those rights. He asked me to contact you to request that we stop publishing. He has asked me to copy him on this email and send him your reply. Yep. He also said he is going to contact your state president, Julie.
Okay. So do you know what a stake president is?
I believe the state president is over the stake of a ward, of the wards.
Okay, and is that, and I'm not familiar with this, but does that mean there's a number of wards or groups that are like neighborhoods? And the stake president overlooks a number of these wards? Is that what it is?
My understanding, yes.
Okay, do you know who the stake president was in this email?
I do not.
But it appears that they're telling Julie Rowe. You know who Julie Rowe is?
Throughout the investigation, her name came up, and also known as a publisher or a book writer.
Right. And she was someone who put on presentations all over the Arizona, Utah, Idaho area about preparedness issues, right?
Yes,
And she published books about that as well, right?
yes.
And is there anything in the indication of your review of the emails why a stake president would inject himself into the publishing of books?
I'm not sure on that.
And then, and again, told Julie Rowe that her stake president is going to contact Chad's stake president,
Correct.
right? Correct?
Correct.
Okay. But there's nothing in the other emails that you had to show why a couple of stake presidents would interfere with Chad Daybell publishing his books?
I do not.
Okay. All right. Thank you. The next one we're talking about is from Tammy to Mark, and Mark again is Tammy's son, Mark, right?
Yes.
That's the youngest son, if I remember right.
Yes.
And the date of this email is March 31st of 2019, correct?
Yes.
And it's Tammy writing to her son, Mark. And I'll read. I've got Dad and Garth doing a C to 5K, and then in parentheses, couch to 5K. So I would you interpret that to mean that the C would mean couch and the number 2 would mean 2, like TO to 5K? Is that how you would interpret that?
Yes.
And if I understand that correctly, what that would mean is that you're starting from the very beginning of your training, and you may be a couch potato, right?
You could say that, yes.
Yeah. And you're starting from the very start of something, and you're going to try to do a 5K, right?
Yes.
And it says with me, right?
Yes.
So that would imply on March 31st of 2019, we had 3 couch potatoes at the Daybell house.
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation and misstates the email.
Sustained.
How do you interpret that?
That they just want to start working out and getting into shape.
Okay, from couch potato to 5K, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Again, misstates the evidence. Counsel's testifying. Move to strike.
Sustained, stricken.
Okay. Then it goes on to say we've done the first week twice. because quite frankly, I didn't feel ready to move on to the second week. But it should be good for us. Okay, good for me. I have to say, I admire you for running track. Starting from nothing is not easy. Now, when you see the term starting from nothing is not easy, it's not particular whether we're talking about Tammy starting from nothing or whether it's Mark starting from nothing, right?
Correct.
It's unclear there, correct?
Correct.
Then you put in there not the full email. Is there further explanation in there that maybe explains who we're talking about, who's starting from nothing on this couch potato issue?
No, there is not.
Okay, all right. Well, thank you for that. And then we'll move on. And it's from Tammy to Mark again on April 14th, 2019. I tripped over the duck gate on Saturday and landed hard on my right hand. And the bucket of eggs I was carrying, it hurt so bad, I just lay in the driveway and cried. Then I got up, cleaned up the egg mess with my left hand and went in the house to find Dad. Luckily, I seemed to have only bruised it. Of course, Dad blessed it, so it may have been worse. Okay? And there's nothing, what's the evidentiary issue of this?
So during the, during the investigation, it was said that Tammy had a hurt wrist
Right.
and that she was taking medication for it. So this goes back to, instead of a possible fainting spell, she had tripped over the duck gate and
Okay.
fell and hurt her wrist. So that was relevant to me putting this in my report.
Okay, thank you. And again, that's not the full email that you provided to us today, right?
It was not.
Okay, and was there any further explanation that as to what caused Tammy to trip?
She tripped over a bucket.
Okay, did she trip because she had a dizzy spell? Did she trip because she had a seizure?
Well, this says I tripped over a duck gate. So she
Okay.
had tripped over a duck gate, causing her to fall.
Okay, so we don't know if it was just she ran into the duck gate or she had some sort of medical condition that caused her to trip over the duck gate though, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation. The email speaks for itself and asked and answered.
Sustained.
You don't know all of the facts behind whether what centered around the reason for the trip over the duck gate. Would that be fair?
Objection, Your Honor. Calls for speculation. Again, the message speaks for itself.
I'm not asking for him to speculate. I'm just asking whether it was explained, Judge.
Overruled.
In this email, I would just take it as she tripped over something.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Thank you. And then lastly, from Tammy to Mark on April 28th, Dad is in Houston and won't be back until Monday night. So you'll just have to get to talk to me tomorrow. And what's the significance of that?
So on this one, this correlates with some of our other records showing that Chad was in Houston, and that Tammy was home alone.
Okay. Next one was something about, oops. And I don't see. Something that identifies the date, but it was something about a zone conference. Do you know what that was about?
I am not sure on that.
Okay. And then does it seem like your tapeworm medicine worked? Who's talking to who there? Do you know?
I would believe Tammy is emailing and talking with Mark on this one.
Okay. So it's Tammy who's suggesting that there was some tapeworm incident. She was having some sort of malady.
Correct. This might be a continuation of the page before.
Okay.
Possibly.
And the page before would have been this malady with the tapeworm, would have been on the 28th of 2019. Would that be fair?
Correct. Yes.
Thank you for clearing that up. Okay. And then she goes on, I guess I should ask you, is that Tammy who said, I haven't slept well since Dad has been gone. I'm hoping to sleep well tonight.
Yes.
Okay, okay. Then we're going to June 30th of 2019. Is that right?
Yes.
And then let me read this and then I'll talk to you a little bit about that. Another adventure we had this week involves a raccoon. Last year we had skunks. This year a raccoon. We thought stray cats were getting into the cat food, but nope. Garth saw it one night and it was a raccoon. We borrowed a little trap from Matt Price, but when Garth went out to check it that night, the raccoon ran up the tree by the trap. It was huge. No way it was going to fit in the trap. It was larger than Chase and had really long teeth. Garth kept his flashlight on it and called us in the house. Dad got his gun. He shot it out of the tree, then shot it again as it tried to run across the yard. We now have a raccoon buried in the compost heap. Something else got into a cat food a couple of nights ago, so we borrowed a larger trap from Matt. We didn't catch anything last night, so we'll see if we get anything tonight. If we do catch anything, Matt asked us not to shoot it because he has a friend who will use whatever we catch to train dogs. Joel is, I think that's Nickel, told me they've got a couple of raccoons and skunks they've been trying to trap, and some coyotes have been eating chickens at houses over by Jordan Graham's house. In all, it's been a crazy year with wildlife. Do you see that?
Yes.
And could you identify the date when they're having this crazy year with wildlife?
June 30th, 2019.
Okay, and the allegation with Chad Daybell is that there was an email that the prosecutor has alleged may have a different meaning, but that was September 30th of 2019, correct? September of 2019, I'm sorry.
I guess I'm unaware of what email you're referring
Okay,
to.
well, would it be fair that the allegations are that they discovered JJ and Tylee's body and that they are presuming as part of your investigation that they were buried in Mr. Daybell's property in September of 2019?
Yes.
Okay, and there was some email by Chad Daybell that made mention of a raccoon. You recall that?
Objection, Your Honor, misstates the evidence.
Abstain.
Okay. So from what I gather, the allegations about the children being buried on Chad Daybell's property was the same year as this email as well, correct?
Yes.
And we're on June 30th of 2019. And the allegations against Mr. Daybell relate to around September, sometime in September of 2019, correct?
Yes.
So 2.5, 3 months later, there's at least two references about raccoons. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Okay. And there's a reference that they buried this raccoon in a compost heap. Where's the compost heap on Mr. Daybell's property? Do you know?
I'm not sure about
Okay.
that.
All right. And then we go on to July 7th of 2019, right?
Yes.
Here is the second raccoon. The first one was shot. Garth said this one is smaller than the first one. I like how the kittens are looking at him too. Okay, and that's from March 7th. And that's also relating to this raccoon issue. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Okay. And then we have a picture. Dad has lost a lot of weight. He just doesn't seem to eat much anymore, and he is exercising. You see that, right?
Yes.
But above that is a trap. Can you explain, does that look like a trap?
Yes.
And somewhere in the back top of the picture, it looks like there's some sort of raccoon in it. Is that what you see?
That's what I'm trying to see. I
Okay.
see the kittens there.
I do. Okay. And the previous motions made mention of Tammy saying, here's a picture of the second raccoon. It's a smaller one. So
Would you like me to point it out? I just,
you did find it? Go ahead if you.
so it's kind of hard to tell. The raccoon is right there.
Okay. Is it, officer, is that raccoon in the trap?
I believe so.
Okay. Okay. Then we go down and we have a picture of Chad and Tammy, right?
Yes.
And again, not the full email, but your perception is that there's nothing there that was relevant to this investigation, right?
Yes.
Okay, and then does that appear to be the side of the house?
Appears to be the back of the house, I believe.
Okay. And from the email, that would be a picture of July 7th of 2019.
I'd have to look at the first page. Yes.
Okay, thank you. August 4th of 2019. Dad is in Arizona. He's speaking to a small group on Sunday night. And at a girls' camp on Monday night, he flies home on Tuesday, right?
Yes.
And that had reference to the August 4th meeting with Melanie Gibb and Lori Vallow and all of the ladies who met Sunday at a girls' meeting at Lori Vallow's house. Is that what that was about?
Yes, I believe so.
Okay, okay. But that's not the full email. But again, it's, you determined there wasn't any relevance to anything else. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Then we go on again, and we talk about from Tammy to Mark, again, Tammy Daybell to Mark on September 15th of 2019, right?
Yes.
And this was about a month before Tammy passed away. Would that be fair?
Close to, yes.
Okay. And she says, this was taken on Saturday. Joe planted potatoes in his garden. I had been sick in bed all day with a really bad cold, but I put on a hat and went over to pose for this picture. So it looks like I'm really a real Idahoan. But I went right back to bed after we took it. I'm still sick today. And my nose won't stop running. I will go to work tomorrow though, because I am helping with testing, and getting sub work would be more trouble than it was worth, right?
Yes.
Okay. And then there's some mention of continue whining. I burned my arm today when taking some rolls out of the oven, right?
Yes.
And the relevance of this is that it was just mentioning that 3 weeks before 3 weeks before Tammy passed away, she was sick for one day and basically was sick the entire next day, and just got up and made herself put on a good face and made herself go back to work, right?
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel's testifying. I don't hear a question there.
Abstain.
She wasn't feeling well that day, right?
Correct.
It appears that she was sick the following day, right?
Yes.
She spent a significant amount of time in bed,
Yes.
and she put on the courage to go to work on Monday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And then the one, your mom came to visit us Friday night and Saturday morning. Under orders from Grandma Cooper, I'll let her tell the story. I'm not, what's the relevance of that?
So the relevance to that is from Ron Douglas to Mark, which
Okay.
Ron Douglas is Mark's grandpa.
Okay,
Through our investigation, Tammy did not drive very far alone. And so it was important enough for Ron, the grandpa, to email Mark and say, hey, your mom came to visit us, which they live in Utah, which is 3.5 hours away. And she drove all by herself.
okay. And this was October 6th of 2019, right?
Correct.
And you were aware that the reason Tammy Daybell didn't drive by herself is because of some medical concerns about her balance and her-
Objection, Your Honor. Counsel's testifying facts not in evidence. Move to strike.
Sustained.
Are you aware that the reason Tammy Daybell didn't drive is because of some medical concerns she had for herself?
No, I am not.
Okay. I went down to Springfield by myself, October 6th. I drove there by myself and then drove home by myself. I'm a big girl now. I can tell you more about this in a bit, right?
Yes.
So by your indications, you're suggesting on October 6th, 13 days before her death, 12 days before her death, that she was able to drive. Is that what this is about?
That's what she's emailing Mark. Yes.
And was there any indication that prior to that time she didn't drive or that she was concerned about driving?
Long distances. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And this again touches on, I think we talked about this previously about the Wednesday during the day with Reagan Price and the person who took her dog. And that leads into what we originally started with. Would that be fair?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. And then there's one final email that talks about Matt Price sending audiobooks for Tammy to listen to, right?
Yes.
And that was for her trip?
Tammy sent those, I believe, to Matt Price with codes to get into the audio book.
That's right. I'm sorry. You're right. Okay, thank you. And if I could just have a minute, Judge, thank you.
You may.
One last area. On the day that you got the call about Tammy's death, you received a call from who again? I'm sorry.
I missed a call from Deputy Greenhalgh.
Okay. But then you said something about you followed up with it later and did have a discussion, or my notes not accurately reflecting?
So I missed that call and called her back about an hour and a half later
Okay.
and spoke with her on that. Yes.
And then she recited the facts about what she observed. Is that right?
She informed me that she was on an unattended death. I went through and asked her if there's anything out of the ordinary, anything suspicious, and she told me there was not.
Okay, so according to Officer Greenell, there was nothing suspicious. Is that right?
That's what she told me, yes.
Okay. And then according to, did you have a chance to look at Brenda Dye's report as a result of this investigation?
Not the AG's report, no. That
I'm not talking the AG's report. I'm talking about Brenda Dye's diagram and report about this unattended death.
did not.
Okay. So from your perspective, when Officer Greenall contacted you and advised that there was nothing suspicious about the death, at that point, it did not require you to take any further action. Would that be fair?
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Judge, that's all I have. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you.
Oh, you're right. Oh, my goodness. Okay, thank you. Wouldn't be able to make it without you.
All right, redirect.
Thank you, Your Honor. We're gonna, I'm gonna start a little backwards here and start with that last exhibit. You were shown some emails that you'd reviewed in the last exhibit by defense counsel. And there was some indication in there about people being light and dark. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Through your investigation, did you learn who it was that would label people as light or dark?
Chad Daybell.
You were also shown an email about Chad needing to do some work on Mark's camera. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And the indication was Chad was the one that had to do that work, correct?
Yes.
And I think specifically it referenced the camera was cursed.
Yes.
Mark wasn't at the Daybell residence. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Mark was on his mission.
Yes.
It was brought up that Chad had labeled some 12-year-olds as dark. Do you recall that?
Yes.
You were asked if those kids are still alive to the best of your knowledge. Are they?
The best of my knowledge, yes. I hope so.
Were those Lori's minor children?
No.
Were they obstacles to Chad and Lori being together?
No.
There was also an email on March 31st of 2019 where Tammy was talking about getting ready for a 5K. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Did that indicate to you that Tammy was active?
It's hard to say active. Working out, you do different things, right? And trying to stay in shape, you do different things. Some people may run to stay in shape. Some people may go lift weights to stay in shape. So that may just have been something different she wanted to try.
Did it indicate to you that Tammy had a desire to at least do something to be active?
Yes.
Then you were shown an email that Tammy sent to Mark on April 28th of 2019 about Chad being in Houston.
Yes.
And can you remind us what the significance of that was?
The significance with that was we have information that Chad had gone there with Lori. And her emailing Mark saying that Chad's in Houston just kind of confirmed that.
And later on in that same email, we see Tammy say, I haven't slept well since dad has been gone. Do you recall that?
Yes.
So Tammy indicated she wasn't sleeping well and Chad was in Houston with Lori.
Yes.
Then the next one, there's a couple texts about a raccoon. Do you recall, or not texts, excuse me, a couple emails about a raccoon.
Yes.
And the first one is on June 30th of 2019, correct?
Yes.
And in that one, there's mention of having a flashlight.
Yes.
Did it appear that the raccoon was shot at night?
Yes.
Then we see another email on July 7th of 2019 with a image of a raccoon in a trap, correct?
Yes.
Do you recall ever seeing an email from Tammy to Mark about a raccoon in September of 2019?
I did not.
So Tammy emailed Mark twice about seeing a raccoon, but no messages in September of 2019 to Mark that you recall.
Not on this email, no.
Then you were asked about the message from Tammy to Mark on August 4th of 2019 about Chad being in Arizona. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And in the message, Tammy indicates that Chad is at a girls' camp.
Yes.
Was he at a girls' camp?
He was at a conference, I believe, at Melanie's or correction, Lori's house.
So again, he was with Lori on August 4th of 2019.
Yes.
Do you recall when Charles Vallow was killed?
July 11th, 2019.
There was an email also shown that was from Tammy to Mark on September 15th of 2019, where Tammy references having a cold. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And Tammy indicated she was in bed for a few days.
Yes.
And that was in September.
Yes.
Any similar email message to Mark in October about Tammy being sick?
No.
Then you're asked about some messages on October 6th. One from Ron Douglas to Mark and one from Tammy to Mark about Tammy visiting Springville, Utah. Do you recall those?
Yes.
Through your investigation, did you learn anything about Tammy having a medical concern that kept her from driving?
No.
Through your investigation, did you learn who encouraged her to go to Springville that weekend?
Yes.
And who was that?
Chad Daybell.
And circling back, Detective, do you recall the email, you've been shown it by both myself and defense counsel, that was from Tammy DeMark about the attempted shooting?
Yes.
And you were asked some questions about Regan Price and Tammy mentioning some things Regan had shared with her about a lady trying to steal Regan's dog. Do you recall that?
Yes.
Regan described a lady trying to steal her dog, correct?
Yes.
Did Regan ever mention the lady having a firearm?
No.
Did Regan ever mention the lady being dressed all in black?
No.
You were asked quite a bit about the Daybell's driveway. How many driveways are at the Daybell residence?
2.
And you were asked about a longer driveway. Would you consider that the front or back driveway or side driveway?
The back driveway is a very longer driveway compared to the front driveway.
And Your Honor, I'm going to ask to be handed States Exhibit 291.
Very well.
And Your Honor, may I publish?
You may.
And we've looked at this exhibit a couple times, but in that second paragraph, can you see which driveway Tammy came into that day?
She backed into the front driveway.
Is the front driveway that long?
It's, like I discussed earlier, about 2 car lengths.
And then is there a driveway that's even longer than that?
Yes.
And how long is the other driveway car lengths, if you could estimate?
Probably about 4 or 5.
So quite a bit longer.
Yes.
And again, were you part of the initial investigation on October 9th of 2019?
I was not.
And again, in that message, put it back up. In that second paragraph, do you see an indication of what time of day this occurred?
9:15.
And that would be referring to PM.
Yes, that's when the call came in around that time.
And again, you're from the Fremont County area. Correct?
Yes.
And October's in Fremont County about 9 PM. Is it still light out generally?
It's usually getting about dusk.
Do you recall reviewing? Let me back up. Would it surprise you to learn that there was no report by Deputy Cannon where he referenced having searched for paintball guns with Tammy Daybell?
Would it surprise me that there was no search with that?
that there was no Google search done for paintball guns?
Overruled.
No.
If Deputy Cannon had indicated that he never searched for paintball guns with Tammy Daybell, would you have any reason to dispute that?
No.
I think we talked about this a little bit earlier, but do you know how familiar Tammy Daybell was with firearms?
I do not know how familiar she was with them.
And council talked about some searches that were done by an email associated with Tammy Daybell regarding a paintball gun and an airsoft gun. Do you recall those?
Yes.
From your review of the October 9th investigation, did Tammy Daybell ever produce any photo saying this is the firearm?
No, she did not.
And yet she didn't do any search for a rifle, did she? That you're aware of?
No.
Are there various type of paintball guns in your experience?
Yes.
Your Honor, I'm going to ask to have the witness shown States Exhibit 282.
And Judge, I believe this is the image that we stipulated to council. Is that correct?
It is, Your Honor, and I do have a courtesy copy for defense counsel that's now been marked, a courtesy copy for Your Honor and a copy for the court.
All right, thank you, counsel.
Thank you.
And Detective, have you seen this image before?
Yes.
And that top image there, is that the Grendel 6.5 that we've earlier referenced?
Yes, it is.
And Your Honor, I would move for the admission of States Exhibit 282.
Again, Judge, that was by stipulation of the parties, so
All
I
right,
am not having an objection to it.
very well. Without objection, Exhibit 282 is admitted.
And Your Honor, I would ask permission to publish.
You may.
And Detective Counsel showed you an image of one type of paintball gun. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And that is just one type?
Yes.
And you'd indicated that they make paintball guns that look similar to an assault rifle.
Yes.
And again, and that top image is the firearm that was seized from an apartment associated with Alex Cox. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the bottom one, it's marked example. To be clear, this firearm was never located. Is that correct?
That is correct. This was not located.
Can you tell us what we're seeing in that bottom photo?
So this bottom photo right here is a Tipman paintball gun with the Tipman. Yeah. On the top is a hopper. On the back has a collapsible stock. And then your barrel.
And Your Honor, the state would ask to publish States Exhibit 281C that's already been admitted. If
You
I
may
could be
publish.
handed that.
Oh my God, seriously, hurry up.
I know, right? What the hell?
And Detective,
I
this is
hate
a close-up again of the front part of that Grendel 6.5. Is that correct?
Yes,
And if the firearm was pointing at someone, this may be a vantage point that of what they see.
yes.
And Detective, again, Alex was in the area of the Daybell residence earlier in the day on October 9th. Is that correct?
Yes,
And then he was also in the area about 2.6 miles away the night before Tammy was pronounced dead. Is that correct?
yes.
And counsel talked to you about whooshing and popping sounds from paintball guns. If a gun misfires, will it make a sound?
It depends what kind of misfire or jam it may have.
Are there various sounds that could, would the sound of a AR be muffled or different if it had a silencer on it?
Yes,
And counsel talked to you about Tammy being pretty close to the gun. She describes the gun as right behind her and she turns around and he's there, correct?
correct.
And we talked earlier about some searches done on the Homer J. Maximus account about a drop.
Yes,
If you're sighting your gun, and correct me if I'm using the wrong language here, if you're sighting a gun or trying to adjust it to fire a certain distance, is that different if it's a short distance versus a long distance?
yes.
So if you'd been further,
Come on here. Okay, guys, I'm sorry.
It's okay. I mean, this is not the time to sit here and discuss, what it means to sight in your rifle. I mean,
Oh,
my God, let's not
I
have
has been
lessons.
on since yesterday afternoon.
That-
Yesterday afternoon.
That's why I didn't feel like I missed a lot yesterday.
You didn't miss
Although Amanda was supposed to fill me in on what I missed, Amanda. If anything was good.
They're gonna go. Okay, let's fight about the color of the paintballs then. Let's do
Oh,
that.
God.
How big
No.
were they? Jesus.
And do they hurt? And well, I don't know. Let's just whip one out and nail you.
I mean, I don't know about any of you, but this is driving me crazy.
Well, Language Horse is saying same thing. It's annoying AF. And no doubt, because this should have been done a long time ago.
Well,
It
and you
should have
know
been
what?
entered into it.
And you know what? If we're feeling this way, can you imagine what the jury feeling like? Okay, we get it. We get it.
Plus, they have to look at Chad face up there. Look at him sitting there. Look at that fucking face. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say that on your channel.
I'm sorry. Me too. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Just because he thought he was a prophet and he called out, he made the orders to have these people die and 2 little kids. I don't care. They're babies to me. Okay.
Yes, they're still children.
Yes.
Children are children. That she was not an adult.
And look at poor Tammy. Poor Tammy.
And like you were saying, she may have been being slowly poisoned where something built up in her system and was making her sick. Shut up. And who knows? And then he takes her out when she was Mark, shame on you.
Before and after.
Well, let me tell you, sometimes drunk golf is the funniest shit you've ever done in your life.
I'm sure it is.
Oh,
I've never felt, but
not if people are behind you. You have to go when you don't have people behind you.
Right.
It's
Amanda,
so
you did
funny.
this much. They're still talking about that damn gun. That's what they're talking about.
Yes, but now they're talking in how to sight in a rifle. It's annoying me. Do we have to have lessons today?
I mean, come on. And just think, Johnny's going to be up again next.
Oh my God.
I know.
Every time he opens his mouth, it's got to be something that is so derogatory towards the witness.
Oh, God, I know.
It doesn't even matter who the witness is, and he talks down to them and tries to implicate or insinuate things. I get it, it's their function, but oh my God, he's despicable.
Okay, I need to calm down here. Yeah, here we go.
They're away and moved closer.
Judge, if the court would prefer to take a short break now and
Oh,
we
God.
could do the early afternoon break.
Well, I think we'll get this sorted out pretty quickly here.
Oh, my God. What? I can't. I just can't.
Oh, what's the matter? Early afternoon break?
Oh, Johnny boy, he.
Does this mean we've had our lunch and now we need another half an hour? And then in a couple hours, it'll be the afternoon break. And then we'll leave early for the day. Is that how this drags on for 8 flipping weeks?
Oh, my God. Johnny boy played that audio again of Tammy's 911 call. Again. I don't know how anybody could sit in that courtroom. Nope. It's just as boring as Chad is. In his monotone voice. Yeah.
Detective, can I have you look at that first sentence there? And can you read it into the record?
Something really weird just happened, and I want you to know so you can watch out.
Tammy's sending this message out, telling people she wants them to watch out, correct?
Yes.
And Judge, I would now ask to be able to display State's Exhibit 291.
You may.
And at the end of that first big paragraph, do you see where Tammy indicates the scared part came after when my brain thought of other things that could have happened?
Yes.
And on this one, do you see at the end of that full paragraph where she says, I didn't go to Zumba because I quite understandably did not want to be out after dark alone?
Yes.
Do those statements indicate someone that was scared by what just happened?
Yes.
And in this one, do you see in that first paragraph where it says the guy started pulling the trigger and I could just hear the clicking and whooshing sound of an empty paintball gun?
Yes.
He was standing by the back of the car, just pulling the trigger while pointing the gun at me. Do you see that?
Yes.
Does this indicate more than someone just pointing a gun at someone?
Yes, it does.
And do you recall in the dispatch call with Tammy where she talks about the man pointing the gun at her and just shooting? And we can listen to it again. Would that be helpful?
Yeah. I don't recall that.
And Your Honor, may I publish States Exhibit 232B?
Yes.
$49 20 seconds.
It's pretty much something. Hi, I need to report something. Okay, go ahead. What's the address? Okay, at 202 North 1900 East, the corner with the blinking yellow light on Salem Highway. Is it a specific person?
Again?
Yes. Okay, what was he wearing? He was all dressed in black and he had a ski mask on. And he said the blinking light now is where you saw him? No, he's gone now because I pulled up into our driveway and I was getting stuff out of the back seat of my car and suddenly he was there and he had a paintball gun and he was okay. And he was going to shoot at me. And I kept asking him what he was doing because I could tell it was a paintball thing. And then he just kept doing it. So I yelled for my husband and then he took off running around the back of my house. Okay, give me just 1 minute. Stay on the line with me. Okay.
October 9, 2019, 21 hours, 50 minutes, 28 seconds.
That was North 1900. Yes. Okay.
October 9, 2019, 21 hours, 50 minutes, 43 seconds.
Do you know what direction he was going? He went behind my house and it's so dark out there and I went in the house and got my husband and son. And then they went out and looked and he was long gone by then. So he was on the north side of my house. Is where he went to get away. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, told him where to run.
Anything, or he just kept like he was holding the gun like he was, had a rifle and was shooting at me. So, but nothing came out of the gun either, so I don't think it was loaded. Okay, what is your name? My name is Tammy.
I'm going to stop it right there. Did you hear on there where she says holding the gun like he had a rifle and shooting at me, but nothing came out?
Yes, I did.
Does that indicate more than someone just pointing a gun?
Yes, it does.
I don't
And
get it.
council talked to you a little bit
Oh my
about some
God.
of those searches associated with Homer J. Maximus. Do you recall that?
Yes.
And he talked to you about October being hunting season.
Yes.
Would shooting through a windshield or shooting through a Dodge Dakota generally have anything to do with hunting?
No.
Through the investigation, did you become aware that Chad had deemed Alex to be Lori's protector?
Yes, I did.
After Alex shot Charles on July 11th of 2019, did Chad and Lori maintain a relationship to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, I did.
In fact, we saw in an email, and I think you referenced it, Chad was down there on August 4th, 2019, just maybe about 3 weeks after Charles was shot and killed by Alex Cox.
Yes, he was.
Would that lead you to believe that Chad was scared of Alex Cox?
No.
Lead you to believe Chad was scared of Lori Vallow? Are you aware of any report taken by Fremont County where Chad Daybell reported that he was scared of anyone?
No, I am not aware.
Are you aware of Chad ever reporting anyone tried to shoot at him?
No.
And again, through the investigation, what was the connection between Alex Cox and Tammy Daybell?
Come on, really?
Chad Daybell.
I have no further questions.
All right, thank you, Ms. Blake.
No more, please.
Judge, I would like an opportunity to clarify
Oh,
the driveway,
no.
and then council went on about the relationship between Alex and Chad Daybell, and I'd like an opportunity to at least touch on that.
I'll allow some limited recross on those two issues,
Judge.
Mr. Pryor.
Oh my God. Again with this guy.
Officer Counsel put up the Facebook posting by Tammy Daybell, and it describes the front driveway. Do you recall that?
The Facebook, I don't recall if that said the front driveway.
Judge, could I?
No, in the email. Sorry.
That's okay. I'm gonna have to have permission to go get my computer, Judge, and bring up that. May I have permission to go back and get my computer?
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh my God. No way. No.
No, get your crap together, man.
What's going on around here?
Exhibit
it.
16.
Didn't he know he was gonna need that in a minute? What the hell's he doing sitting there the whole time?
Listen to us. We've had enough. He's guilty. Period. Your wife is dead.
Thank you.
A week after your wife was dead, you were married to Lori Vallow. 2 children's bodies were buried on your yard. Yeah, you're screwed, buddy.
He makes me mad. This Johnny dipshit. Sorry.
And DNA on your tools and your
I'm
shit.
sorry. I'm being a potty mouth on your channel today. I'm really sorry.
That's okay because
I'll behave myself. I'm angry with them.
I
Right,
haven't
sure
been behaving today. Obviously, look at my community posts.
I'm not ready
He
yet,
knew
Judge.
he's gonna walk up there and present this.
I mean, this detective's been on the stand since yesterday. Well, of course, yeah. Shit.
Oh my God, Amanda.
For real?
Right? Alex did it. And then Alex died. Isn't it? It's so convenient.
Yeah, let's blame it on a death aunt.
Well, he did it all by himself and then put him there. And then he had the audacity to go off and die.
Well, you know, Chad went telling everybody.
I think I'm ready now, Judge.
Oh my God.
All right,
Oh, well, I freaking hope so.
you can publish that.
What are they doing? They're
Okay, and I apologize. I can't get this to widen on me, Judge, but officer, can you read that if you look at your monitor?
the
Yes.
Facebook post.
I can, and it does say the front driveway.
Okay. And I'm sorry we had to go through that with all that time, but I wanted to make sure. And Judge, that's all I have for this.
Okay, thank you.
What?
So there is no
Oh.
dispute that this was the front driveway, correct?
Correct.
And again, the front driveway is a very short driveway compared to the one in the back, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and further, the distance between the front of the house and where the car was backed up, that even shortens the distance even more, correct?
Yes.
And it would be unusual to use a rifle at such close range, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, that's not a weapon that you use at close range, correct?
Usually not.
Yeah. In fact, a rifle is typically used when we're talking about hunting. That's long range, which is consistent with Mr. Cox talking about 100 and 300-yard shots, right?
Sometimes.
And in your experience, if you're really trying to hurt somebody at close range, you would probably use a handgun or a shotgun, right?
Well, I guess I misstated right there.
Okay.
Rifles can be used at close range, close
Okay.
quarter combats,
Okay.
SWAT stuff. So
Okay.
yes, they can be used.
Okay. Now, the information you got about the Dodge Dakota, you recall that, right?
Yes.
And you talked about the fact that someone was talking about putting a bullet through the window of a Dodge Dakota.
Yes.
Someone trying to figure out what type of bullet it would take to pierce the side of a Dodge Dakota.
Yes.
Someone who would take what kind of a bullet would pierce the metal or the thickness of the metal on a Dodge Dakota.
Yes.
So it would seem with Mr. Daybell owning a Dodge Dakota that it seems that at least the target was someone in the Daybell family. Would that be fair?
That'd be fair to say, yes.
Okay. And with the Homer J. Maximus account, is there any indication that Chad was shared all of the information on Alex Cox's Homer J. Maximus account?
Objection, Your Honor, calls for speculation.
Sustain.
Do you have any information to suggest that Mr. Daybell had access to the Homer J. Maximus account?
No, I do not.
Okay. So if Mr. Daybell didn't have access to the information in that account, do you have any other information that Mr. Daybell had knowledge that Alex Cox was looking for a way to shoot a Dodge Dakota that Mr. Daybell owned?
No.
Okay, nothing else, Judge. Thank you.
All
Okay.
right, that will conclude then the testimony of Detective Kaya Kamanu. And he's testified twice now. Is he still, well, he's the case agent, so I don't know if he'll be recalled or not. But Detective, you can go ahead and step down from the witness stand. We'll make sure to retrieve exhibits. I'll have a brief sidebar with counsel to discuss
Oh, of
scheduling
course.
for today, and we'll take our afternoon recess at this time.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, what would Alex do killing 3 people, 4 people. What was his benefit, right? Explain that. You want to sit there and blame Alex for everything?
That's what I mean. Alex was jealous. He wanted his sister.
Oh,
And so he wanted to hurt her because she was with Chad. So he took out her husband and his wife because that would hurt them so much. And then took out the children. So, you know, that's 4 people right there. And then he offed himself. Had himself quickly cremated because, you know, that would really mess with them and made it look like Chad and Lori did this. That's just what kind of a guy Alex was.
Right. He's a family hitman. I should find that.
Yeah, but explain to me why.
I know, right?
I just don't. Ew. No, that's dumb. It's so dumb. Obviously, he was doing it at, you know, the direction of Chad and Lori.
Oh my God. Then we got a half an hour break.
Are you kidding? This would be a half-hour break, not just like 15 minutes to go pee?
No, it's a half hour.
This is the afternoon break.
Yes.
We had the mid-afternoon break already. Now we have the afternoon break.
Right.
And then we're going to go home early for the freaking day.
3:30 every day. 3:30. Why even bother?
God. Yeah, language of horses. What he is doing is putting in all these crazy scenarios and things like that, and outs,
Confusing people,
because that is reasonable doubt. If you can say, well, that, you know, that could have happened. Gosh, you know, it could have happened that Alex did it for no freaking reason at all. That would be crazy.
Right.
Alex did it all.
This actually is giving me a headache. Yes, it is giving me a headache. Yep.
Hey, Amanda, I just saw what you said. Oh my God.
Oh,
Amanda. You naughty girl.
no.
That was very funny.
I just seen it.
Then the next one after that.
Alex stole the neighbor's dog.
Oh my God.
It's probably in the pet cemetery, huh?
Oh, jeez.
Oops. See what happens.
Did you see her other comment though?
No, I didn't.
Oh God, she just made another one too. That one.
Muff.
His sister's muff.
Oh, yeah. Ew. Apparently, this is going to be a detective who's going to testify about messages. No.
About details.
You know what? What I want to say about out there in that county and that law enforcement, things would have been so much simpler if they had body cam footage of everything. Like any other state that has them. They don't have enough. And then one day it was dead and was charging. Come on. What's going on out there? I don't know.
This is all just the craziest out there kind of case.
And I bet you the jury, they have no clue how deep this really is. You know, they will after.
Well, you know what I want to know? This is a little bit, okay, totally off topic. I really, 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 really want to know what happened in the O.J. Simpson case.
We're never going to know.
Well, now there's all this stuff out there that there was this guy who had admitted to it and everything, and he was like a serial killer and was in the area but there's no proof or anything. And that was a crime of passion. That was a crime of a personal manner. It was
Tell
very
me
personal.
why OJ's, Nicole and Ron Goldman's blood was on OJ Simpson's sock in his bedroom. All three of theirs. Tell me that.
It's
In
circumstantial.
besides the the cops went to OJ's room and took off his socks or got a pair of socks. Oh,
right?
I just can't. I can't.
And they found a little pocket knife with blood on it.
Oh no.
Yeah.
From what?
But see, a lot of that stuff wasn't admissible because, Mark Furman.
Yeah, that trouble.
And he collected a lot of that crap. So a lot of that was kind of thrown out.
It got thrown out because of his racist comments. I don't know.
I really wish, I knew what happened there. What set him off? What sets these people off? What set Lori and Chad off then? What made him decide that was the moment that the children had to go?
Because Chad said they turned dark.
Yeah, great. So at that moment, I mean, everything's all normal. You come home, you say hi to the kids, whatever, kids go in their room or whatever they're doing. You have dinner or something with them or whatever. And then it's time to kill the kids. I can't imagine where you take the leap.
Okay. Melanie Gibbs.
Amanda, I have to answer your question or your comment. You said the glove was boiled and washed. That's why it didn't fit. You know why it didn't fit is because OJ stopped taking his medicine and his hands swole up again. And then his hands wouldn't fit in the glove because he was always taking this medicine for, like arthritis and stuff like that and swelling that he had in his hands. Yeah, he stopped taking his meds and they puffed up and they would not go in them gloves. That's what I read happened.
What was I going to say about Chad? This is what happened with JJ, allegedly, in my opinion. Chad brought JJ upstairs. Melanie Gibbs said, because JJ was being JJ, a kid, right?
Right.
Chad came back downstairs and he had a scratch on his neck from JJ. What was he doing to that kid? Then after that, that's when Chad said he's a dark. JJ was a dark.
Yep.
How sick is that?
Well, that's what I mean. What set him up over the edge? How could he justify it in his mind before he actually made a move to do these things?
I don't know.
I mean, how you got to step over the line at some point and go, okay, I'm in, and it's now. You know what I mean?
Probably because they got away with it 4 fucking times.
God damn! I can't wrap my mind around doing that to a kid.
Yeah. Sad.
I'm talking about OJ, Amanda, not you. So his hands wouldn't fit. Oh God, that just makes me crazy.
Okay, let's watch something. Listen to me. Let's watch something.
I want to watch the 2 videos of our lovely Nala.
Want to watch Nala?
I want to watch the 2 latest Nalas about her sister. Because I know she loves her sister.
No, hold on. I gotta get it off my phone and send it to my computer. Hold on. Oh God, that shit is funny though.
Can't you just get it off your YouTube though?
No, because it's not on my computer. Not that one. It's on my phone. Hold on. I gotta find it. Oh, here it is. This is so cute. Oh, here. That's what I can do. Because it's not working. Hold on. There we go. Video. Okay. Now, you know I got kids, right?
Yeah.
And just to drive my daughter nuts, my one daughter, I make a video and I'll send it to Kayla from Nala, and I'll say, Nala, say hi to your sister. It's so mad.
That's cute.
It's funny.
I think it's cute. I think it's sweet.
It is. It's funny though.
I mean, I've referred to my dogs as, my kid's brother, and they smile,
Why isn't this going anywhere? What did I do wrong?
Yeah. Amanda's right.
Come on, YouTube. Get with it. Here we go. Hold on. Got it. Hold on. The video is still being processed, it says. Well, fix it then. I mean, come on, it's only a 1-minute video. Restrictions. Of course there's no restrictions. It's mine. Okay, hold on. Let's watch Nala.
Let's watch some Nala girl. She's so pretty.
You know what? Sweet little girl Nala.
Still said she's a papillon and not a pom.
She's a Pomeranian. What are you talking about?
She's a papillon. Look at her. Look at her ears. She's got the fox ears.
She's a Pomeranian.
That's
no, it's not. She's a Pomeranian. Word to your mother. Here we go.
Did you talk about my mama?
Do you want to go see Kayla? Do you want to see your sister? Do you want to go see Kayla? Nala, want to see your sister? Show me. Want to see your sister? Do you want to see your sister?
No kick. That's my favorite in the whole wide world.
You want to see your sister? You want to go see Kayla? You want to see your sister? Kayla? You want to go see Kayla? Your sister?
And she's such a sweet little girl.
Show me.
She's a papillon, honey.
Look at her face.
God, she's so stinking cute.
Yes, she is. She's such a sweet little girl. You sent me a Facebook message? All right.
Who's all in here? How come nobody's saying hi?
Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh my God, I've got so many messages. Who's this person? He is in prison. He is free on the streets. What? Why? What? Do I know this person? He is free on the streets, and I can take you right to where he is. Just be careful. He's effing mental. Oh.
Well, don't read it on here.
I don't care. No, it's not from her. It's
Oh,
not.
okay.
No, I'm reading this out loud. These are the kind of shit that I will share with the internet because if it has to do with any kind of threats to my life, it's on my channel. You know what I mean?
Well, that's true. I thought you were reading her thing, and I'm like, don't do that.
No, because you know how I cover things in Missouri. I got a lot of haters.
Great.
I mean, whatever. I've gotten many threats. You get used to them after a while. But I just make sure I do a little video about them alive so people, sees that. Well, let me see if I can see what he looks like. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna go find him right now. I think I did.
Gosh, do you know what time it was when we went to late afternoon break times 2?
So I'm supposed to be careful of this guy right here. Right here. The best
Yeah.
picture I can find right now. I'm not worried.
Just let me read it.
I truly ain't worried about.
Let me read it. Hang on.
There ain't nothing to read.
On the right side there is.
Who cares? I don't care about these people.
Yeah, but didn't that have anything to do with this picture?
No, this is 9 years ago.
Oh, somebody sent you that 9 years ago.
He's in prison.
Oh.
I can look up his prison record. But that's okay. So yeah, if anybody, tries to threaten me, I just put their face out there and their name. There you have it. That's how that works.
Wow. Yes, Amanda. I do.
Where are they?
I'm very, 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 very strict with it.
I don't do Facebook. I hate Facebook. I do. I really hate it. I only did that one on there, the true crime, just, to reach more people.
I have a lot of restrictions on mine.
Yeah. So yeah, I only go on there to like post videos, but I do got that Bedfordtown group. I haven't posted on it lately because I have too much shit going on. But there's a lot of stuff I need to put on there that's been going on in that town. But it's when I, get time because it's really complex out there. I mean, I could just have a channel, a legit channel about that town and all the characters in it.
Well, I only use it because it's the only, because of where some of my family and friends are, it's the only way we can keep in touch. And then after I did get it for, family kind of purposes and stuff, then I did reunite online with some people that I've gone to school with or worked with or whatever. And it's just for people I really trust. So what? But Amanda, where are you even located? It shows like so many of your name.
She's in the UK.
I know.
Your daughter has started following me. Oh, sweet.
Who's following
No,
you?
I just want to say if you don't hear from me right away, it's because I'm hardly ever on Facebook. But you can contact me through email and I'll get that right away.
Oh my God, there's 4,000 Amanda Evans.
Yeah, but look at where she's from, Wales.
Yeah, but that's the problem, is getting it to search there is like where I can't get it to do that.
Oh.
That's what I'm trying to do. It's pissing me off. I'll just do that. I'll try. Do you have a doggy picture on yours?
Me? Oh, you're talking
Yeah, I
about
asked her if she had a doggy
dog?
picture. They have somebody in Liverpool. Just a minute. I'm trying to get. Where is Pembry?
Why doesn't anybody care about my Nala? Bitches.
I do. You didn't put the second one up.
Bitches.
Bitch, I'm sitting here waiting for you.
No, I put Nala's
You didn't put another one up.
Nala going to Papa's house. Want to see that one? We'll show that one. We'll show that one again. Because she's such a sweet little girl, Nala.
Yes, she is.
She's so spoiled.
Oh my goodness, this is giving me grief.
Do you want to go to Papa's house? Papa's?
Did you ask me? You go out? Oh, no. That was Kit talking on the computer. This thing is so confused. I even put in the Pembry. There's Tennessee, New South Wales. Purple Heart. Oh, yes. Yes. Get him. Get him.
That's fun. You see how fast she goes?
He looks depressed.
She knows where Papa lives.
Yes, you do. And I'm looking for you.
Okay.
Oh yeah, she could forward it to me.
Oh, there's some let me think. Okay, you know that case that I've been following for a long time? The psycho case?
The one that we kind of referred to privately earlier?
No. Psycho. The Colorado case. Oh, you don't know about that. You were
No, not if you're saying cycle.
Psycho. The dude Psycho. Yeah, you don't know the case. Anyways, they're being sentenced here May 5th, and I will be streaming that if I have permission from the courthouse.
Really? You fancy.
Oh my gosh. Check your private message.
I will do that.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Did you send it to just regular
StreamYard.
message?
StreamYard.
Oh, that one.
I said private chat.
Well, the other one's a private chat too.
Well, Nala, who are you growling at?
All right, behave.
Nala,
Behave.
come here, sweet little girl.
Yeah, sweet little girl.
My sweet little girl, Nala. Yes, come here, baby girl.
No. She not. She my friend.
Nala, what are you doing?
She's my little niece.
What are you doing? She does that little crying thing. He's such a sweet
That's
little.
so cute.
Yes, you are.
Oh, wait a minute. Just a moment.
Oh. Did you hear that?
Yes, I did hear that. She's so cute.
What's wrong? She's looking at the door because she thinks someone's going to pop in here. And I'm not saying the word because she's going to know.
Oh, yeah, but no.
What's wrong? Tell me all about it. Talk to me.
She's a sweet girl. All right, let me see. How do I do this? Because can you friend them? This is weird. Why is our Facebook different when we talk to people from other places?
Why? It looks fine to me.
It just looks really weird. I don't have all the things on the side.
What are you talking about? Her
Talking about how my screen looks.
on Facebook? Oh,
Yeah,
look at that big fish. Holy shit.
I know.
Oh my God. That's crazy.
Dun, 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 dun.
Email for the school.
Here we go.
Well, I
Oh,
maintain
good.
and manage emails, accounts for all of the employees and students of the district.
When you say manage the email accounts, what does that entail?
Well, we use Google apps for the email service, and so I maintain all of the accounts and make sure that users can log in and make sure they receive emails and send emails.
Do you also manage the email storage?
I do.
Could you explain to the jury what you do with the storage for the email system?
Sure. So we have the front-facing email Gmail account, and the users log in and out that. That's a completely separate setup that they use, and then I have a archiving server that maintains all email communications in and out from all accounts that we maintain, and that is only accessed by myself.
How long does the school keep emails?
We keep emails for 3 years.
And what about the users? Is there a school policy for how long a user might keep their email?
Users can keep their emails as long as they see fit. There's no limit to the amount of storage that they can keep. So if there's an email that they need that's important, then they're able to keep those emails.
Do you recall back in February of 2021 being contacted by law enforcement with respect to Tammy Daybell's email?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall what it was that they requested of you?
They were asking for emails that Tammy had received from anybody and anyone that would send an email to her email account. And they were looking for an email from Charles Vallow on a specific time frame. It was, I think, June 29th of 2019.
Were you able to retrieve that kind of an email?
Yeah, I was able to retrieve it from the archiving server.
Your Honor, at this time, the state has a proposed states exhibit we've marked as 419, and I believe it's been stipulated that it can be entered. I can offer up 2 copies to the court.
All right, has the defense been able to review 419? Any objection to its admission? Yeah, we'll have you review that first. Okay, so exhibit 419 is admitted.
Thank you. Your Honor, may I have permission to publish with the ELMO?
Yeah, I'll have the bailiff give you the exhibit for publishing.
I mean, what are all the extra steps for? I don't get it.
Well, you figure that out, you'd be a rich woman. We're all asking that.
Isn't that what pre-trial conferences are about? Huh. I don't know.
Are you silly?
Yeah, what is
You mean
that?
prepare for the trial, maybe?
Maybe.
I believe I'm just waiting for the clerk, Your Honor.
Yeah, we're looking at that again. Is that showing on the jurors monitors? Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Cook, I'd like to call your attention to just the first paragraph of this exhibit. If you want to go, can you see it on your
I
screen?
see it on my screen, yes.
You mentioned an email that you retrieved in Tammy Daybell's email system,
Correct.
and the date again was what?
The June 29th, of when the email was
Yes.
retrieved, yes.
Yeah, I'd like to call your attention to the first paragraph. If you will, go down to where there's a quote in there with the content of the email. Do you see the quote marks where it says Tammy, my name?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Will you just read the first two full sentences of that, please?
Sure. Tammy, my name is Charles Vallow. I have some vital and disturbing information regarding your husband and oh, yes, yep. You bet. Tammy, my name is Charles Vallow. I have some vital and disturbing information regarding your husband and my wife, Lori. This is your work email, so I'll have to wait to send you the evidence. That is very disturbing.
And can you explain to the jury which email address was this sent to? What was Tammy's email?
Her email address was tdaybell@sugarsalem.com.
And what address did this come from?
It came from an email, charles.vallow@icloud.com.
In your work as the IT manager, can you explain to the jury, were you able to look into whether or not this email had been opened up?
Yeah, we, in the interview with law enforcement, we went into her account and we were able to find the email that was in her deleted folder. And it was there opened, and the email had been the email address from Charles Value, the Charles Value at iCloud.com. had been put into the blocked category inside of Google. So any email that Lori would have, or that Lori, sorry, any email that Charles would have sent would have been blocked, any future emails. So they would not have been received.
When you did your search of the email system, were there any other emails to or from Charles Fallow?
No, there were not.
Your Honor, I don't think I have any further questions.
All right, cross-examination. Okay, so there will be no cross of the witness. Mr. Cook, thank you for coming in and providing your testimony. Is he released from any subpoena from the state?
Yes, Your Honor.
From the defense? Okay, well, that will conclude your testimony in the trial. Thank you for appearing today. You can go ahead and step down, and that will conclude your testimony.
What a waste of time.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it's 3 o'clock. I discussed scheduling with counsel. They've got another, well, depending on who they call next, it's an inconvenient time to start with a next witness potentially. There's been a request that we conclude for the day. Let me just confirm from the state, is that still how the state's requesting we proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, and I know the defense is fine with that as well. So that is going to conclude our trial evidence for today. We'll start again with trial
Oh my God.
tomorrow. And while the jurors are here, counsel, perhaps we can just give them some indication. Is there some request with your scheduling that tomorrow being Friday that we stop sooner than the mid-afternoon?
Here's an idea. Get through the BS and stay late.
The state's fine with that as well. We do have some witnesses coming in from out of town, so we're hoping to be able to get through them rather than hold them over the weekend. But I believe that would most likely just take the morning.
Okay, well, we'll see how things go. So no promises, but I just wanted to give you a heads up that tomorrow may not be a full
Oh my God.
way through the mid-afternoon. So with that, we will conclude for the day today. And again, as we break for the day, I'll remind the jurors to please follow the court's continuing admonishment to not investigate the case in any way, try to avoid any media coverage of the case, and do not discuss the case amongst yourselves or with anyone else. You can only do that once deliberations have started. So thank you for continuing to follow that instruction each day. We'll be in recess until tomorrow.
All right, please.
Good Lord.
Why even take that half an hour lunch or afternoon break?
Why show up at all if you're going to do that? How about you put in a good 6 to 8 hour day? Have a break every 2 hours to go to the bathroom and get your butt back in there. Let's get it going.
Nobody's got their shit together here,
Unbelievable.
right? All right, I'm done with this live, but I'm going to be back later doing another live, a more entertaining one. But I got to
hope so.
I got to get everything ready. Oh, yes, I do.
All right, girl. Thanks.
Okay. I got to get permission from someone to use something. So
Okay.
okay, I'll let you know, Grandma. Okay?
All right. Thanks.
Okay. Love you.
Goodbye.
Love you, Linda. Love you all. Ta-ta. Goodbye.